Hey, greetings everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me well and see me well because we are about to start. So, hi, yes, perfect. Sound is good. Should I make it slightly louder? Sounds and looks fine. Perfect. So, let's go then. We have really a lot of things to do today. So let's move on. Houston, we are clear to take off. Hi, everyone. There are so many people today, that's wonderful. So you are investing the most important thing you have, your time, into something really valuable. I believe you are doing a really smart thing. So let's begin. What do we do today? So that's introduction to AI-assisted coding with Killer Code. It's an open source agent extension for Visual Studio Code. We will say a few words on how it works, but we are not getting deep into theory. I do not believe in like academic education, many years of work. I want you to start hands-on and then learn the theory you will need to do. So today it will be very, very, very hands-on workshop. That's what we are going to do. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all under Git. You always can do Git reset hard and start from scratch. So don't be scared. Today, we will be working on to do MVC TypeScript plus React application, but there are two things. I don't really need you to know TypeScript, neither React, because AI models are perfect in explaining how it works and help you work even with the systems you don't really understand. They are very capable in explaining things. And second, I actually highly encourage you not only work with application, sample application we suggest you to touch, but as I saw a question there in the chat before, yes, you can bring your own TypeScript application. We will try to assist you with that as much as possible. So, first, about us, who's behind this workshop? That's Alex Voloshev and Brandon O'Leary, developer advocates at Killer Code. So me here, you see me, that's me, Alex Voloshev, and Brandon is in the chat. We will work hard for next workshop, 201 level, to bring him on the screen as well, but today he's focused on answering your questions in the chat. But actually, I believe pretty big part of our team is already in the chat joining us. Good, nice to meet you all. Thank you, Anas. Good. So words about myself. I wrote my first program on the ZX Spectrum. It was in 1992, fell in love with programming, didn't stop programming since then. But enough about me, you are here to learn more important things. No, $100 code is not yet released, but will be released very soon. I see someone using Windsurf. It's absolutely fine. You can use Killer Code with Windsurf. There might be some side effects we are not aware of, but let's try. We introduced ourselves. Now it's your time to introduce yourselves. So please join us on menti.com or just like scan this QR code. Let me open the QR code for you, actually. I'm hiding it. That's not nice of me. So jump in using this QR code and answer some questions of mine. Let me proceed. So that's it. I'm going to ask you some questions. And yeah, set the thumbs up here, please. So I see you join. Please, few more people to join and we will begin. There is a question about IntelliJ. No, Killer Code does not support IntelliJ. They have totally different plugin system. We might consider that in the future, but at the moment it's not. Yep. Cursor works. Windsurf works. Good. So I see people are joining. So let me begin. First question. How long are you in software engineering? How long are you in software engineering? Are you a complete beginner, student? It's absolutely fine. You are actually in a very interesting time to begin learning. When I began learning programming, I had access only to one or two books printed in a very, very bad quality in the language I didn't truly understand. That was pretty hard. Oh, I see like there are real professionals here. That's cool. Still, times are challenging. So it's again, good thing what you what is programming, yeah? Yeah. Well, I know with the help of Kilo, some people were delivering results even without understanding of the programming. Still, I believe what understanding of a programming and its knowledge, it's important. So no, AIs won't completely replace programmers. They definitely boost our productivity. But the belief what now like a complete junior said can create a very advanced application and it will be just fine. No, it's not, at least not for now, not for next years. It will require maintenance, and with maintenance, yeah, that will be tricky. Good, let's move on. Next question. How experienced you are with AI-assisted coding? Are you using it for like a lot, or are you, oh, I see we have like some black belts. Good. For people who are complete beginner or a little bit with AI-assisted coding, this is the just right place for you to be. You did a very wise choice joining us today. So I see like around 58%, closer to 60% are complete beginners. Then people who are already significantly in AI-assisted coding and understand things like context window, like how prompt is built and other things. Maybe you just want to grab our coupon code and go on with your own work. Totally fine to me, we don't force you. Так, and then I see. Last question. No, almost last question. Have you heard about Kilocode before? So power users here, nice. Wow, thank you so much for voting. There will be a little surprise for you in the end of the workshop. So stay tuned at Menti, don't quit it completely. You might need it in the end. Good. I see we have 25% of people, well, growing slightly who didn't use Kilo before, and then some people who use Kilo for some time, and wow, like some real power users. That's nice. We are heading to 200 attendees already voting on Kilo Code and even more on YouTube. Jump in, jump in. And then last question. Really curious, where are you from? For the code, we will test it when we will get, I see people asking about the code. For the code, we will get, then we will get to first hands-on part. So just in a few slides. No, code was not published yet on the stream. It's coming. Like people, don't worry. We will not miss what yours. There are giveaways. Good. So people mostly from Europe, a lot from United States. There's Brazil, I guess. A lot from Africa, nice. And Asia as well. Scandinavia, I see, but yeah, mostly Europe. Good. Well, very nice. Very well. Well, let's go. Any Hungarians? Yeah, good question. I hope everyone who was late already joined it, so we can begin with content. Oh, Kosovo. Nice. Brazil. Oi, galera. Paraguay. That's like so incredible, absolutely international community. Awesome. So let's begin. We need to cover a few moments before switching to context, switching to hands-on coding, but going to keep it very briefly. People, take a look. There are plenty of experienced coders in this room, so I guess you experience it the same as I experienced it a year or two. AI-assisted coding was you ask some questions here, paste it to ChatGPT, wait for the answer, laugh from this answer, ask 10 more answers, then maybe copy paste something from IDE, right? Yeah, CPE, it all was about CPE. And then they'll, yeah, we all were this trying copy-paste engineering. We were disappointed in the results and then close it. And I know some advanced developers who say like, I will never get back to AI-assisted coding. It's just shitty. It's not great. It was not great, but it's really changed. Now, let's take a look how it's going on now. Now, it's different because situation now changed completely. There is AI models running on the server. There are many providers, Google, Anthropic, OpenAI, and others, many others, and they have different models. So they can't modify your files because they launched somewhere else. Basically, they're just receiving some API calls, some questions, and receiving some answers. But those answers are nothing but a text, right? So we need something what will explain to AI model how it should answer, what do we expect, and then to apply the changes. And this something has to be alongside with your code. Otherwise, it will not be great. There is a great question about local LLMs. Local LLMs available to work with killer code, and you not necessarily run these on the server. You also can run it on your local machine, but I can't guarantee the results. So far, we've heard not really great feedback on that. Oh, people say Devstral, modern Devstral works well. Well, sounds very good. I will experiment. I haven't yet experimented with local machines. Like I have unlimited subscription to Cloud and so on, like Google. So no need for me to go for local, but very interesting for the privacy and all the other things. Still the idea, there is LLM model running somewhere, and there is agent running alongside your code, and what can be closer to your code than IDE you work with this code. So there are idea of agent, which runs an IDE as a plugin, and then addresses those questions to model of your selection, then receives the answer, specially structured answer, you will see it in a moment, and then applies those answer to the code, modifying files, maybe running some additional queries, executing console commands, as you will see very soon. Yeah, so that's how it works now. And you don't communicate with models directly anymore, but you communicate with agent, and agent works with your code and with models. So what agent does? Reads files, makes suggested changes, sends prompts to the models, run tests, and many other things. So does all the local work on your machine. And then AI model, there is a logo of ChatGPT, but actually that's of course completely optional. You can work with any another model, does LLM magic. Important disclaimer, we do not speak about how LLM works internally today. We have 2 hours maximum, and we better work on very like hands-on things. That's not an LLM magic workshop. Stay tuned, we might do something like that in the future. Yeah, right. So, and with that, we begin our initial setup. And what are we going to do right now? If you don't have VS Code, I hope you do. You're going to install VS Code. Then we will need to install agent plugin. I will show you how to do it in a moment. We will sign up or log in if you're not signed up. If you are signed up already. To get credits, you go to killer.love/TypeScript101 and put the code AI vibes as placed on the screen. That's what you do to get your credits. Please notice credits expire pretty soon. And now you have 2 options about the repository we will be working together today. Option 1, use this one, kilo.org AI 101TS. That's to do MVC application on TypeScript and React. Another option, bring your own repo. You already have something, use it for your own. We cannot guarantee your support if you do something custom. We will do our best, but very much depends on how many questions we have. Okay? Good. So as you see, there is a timer That means what time is limited. And there is a range, what shows what you are going to do it on your own with hands-on. You can begin, and I will do it in background. Now, please, there is a question about this picture of the range. Do you notice something suspicious? Do you see something suspicious? Anyone here like me who has experience working with their hands, not only with their brain? I'm a certified car mechanic, and I'm making this presentation. I pasted this picture generated for AI, of course. And yeah, right. Non-cow says it's not adjustable. You can see here what range should be adjustable, but actually it cannot be adjusted because it's like bare metal. It cannot be changed. It's fixed, but looks like adjustable, but it's not. That's all you need to know how AI works. For code, it works better. Why? For code is codified. There are instructions, definitions. There is XML. There is Markdown. So for code, it works better, depending on LLM, of course. But yeah. Oh yeah, right, Brandon. It's just a fidget toy. Yeah, so you can like rotate it while thinking about something. Yeah, that's a good point, Brandon. Yeah, sure. Sounds very good to me. Okay, so now I will switch. Oh, I see people begin to receive the credits. That's wonderful. Yeah, so let's go. What do I have here? I have here Visual Studio. And what do I need to have here I need to have here extension. I hope you guys can see my screen. And there is a killer code agent on extension marketplace. And we are going to install this one. Notice it's killer code, agent, client, and root features combined. That's what we need. And by the way, if you will enjoy it, please set ratings on marketplace review. We began not so long time ago, and we definitely need your reviews. So I'm pushing the install button, and it will take some time to install that. Oh, okay, that was quick. And therefore now I have here killer code available. There is one little teeny tiny change I want to do. I want to pull killer code on the right side. So I will have killer code on the right, but it didn't work. Yeah, my MacBook is pretty busy with the things happening here. Okay, let's give it some time. Okay, killer code is starting. And you should do the same. Yeah, I also like having it on the right. I deleted it before presentation so I can show you the installation. And then it didn't work for me transferring on the right, but I guess it needs some time for initialization. Okay. So I don't want to have chat here, but well, it will take some time for Kilo to initialize. Very well. Now, what else do we do as a part of this presentation? Get your credits if you haven't yet, clone this repo, or bring your own repo and open the project. I already have it here, and I hope this will begin to work in a moment. You know what, people? I will restart my IDE. It seems a little bit frozen. Yeah. Good. Yeah, right. It's so unobvious, Chelsea, what you can move it to the right, and it's so much more convenient actually when you move it to the right. It works for my taste, much more convenient on the white screen. You have one to the right, killer code on the right, and then all the traditional things on the left. So this time, oh, okay, now it begins to transfer and begins with initialization. and we starting. So while it's starting, I want to show you a little bit the project we are going to work with. It's simple to do application. Oh, perfect. Killer code has started for me. So I want to log in. And yeah, I guess I'm logged in already. Yes, perfect. So Kilo activated and configured on my site. And here I have this project open and available. You will have 2 more minutes. We're gonna cover many important things today, so we cannot wait for too long. But what's most important you need to do right now? Have your IDE open, have Kilo Code installed, have $100 coupon, use it, so your profile is topped up and you have enough money, and so your screen looks something like that. If you have it like that, we are ready to go on. So if you are done, please send the thumbs up in the YouTube chat. So I will see you already. Now show me very many thumbs up. So I will know. Yep, Git link. Git link is added to the video description, people. Git link is right there. So it should be available. I will move myself a little bit so you will see the screen better, including configuration. Hope it will be enough. Good. That's a lot of thumbs up. Hey, Darko! Nice. Good. Good. I see we are ready to move on. That's nice. Yes, there will be recording of this stream, of course. Available recording of this stream is available on the same link. Good. Thank you, Brandon, for the project link. That's wonderful. Now, like, how many people we have on the translation? That is awesome. That's just awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I love it. Good. So if you are not yet fully done, you will have enough time to catch up, but we need to move on with the presentation slides, right? So let's go. Good. So one of the most common mistakes I see in people using AI, they don't understand the difference between agent and between the model. And then they switch to some cheaper model, experimental model, nano, lightweight model, and unhappy with the results and say, Kilo is working shitty. No, guys, Kilo is not working shitty. But you need to remember what Kilo is not equal AI model you are using it with. They're different. Kilo is an agent running in your IDE. And then there is a model, for example, Gemini, running somewhere in the cloud. That's important to understand. Now, with Kilo, you have 2 options on how do you work with AI models. Kilo cannot work without access to an LLM model, but there are different options how to set it up. You can work directly on so-called bring your own key. For example, you have a subscription for Cloudy, you have subscription for Gemini or something else, maybe provided by your company, maybe you paid for it yourself, maybe your university helped with it. So you want to work with that when you can set up direct provider access. That's cool, that works. If it's good for you, then it's good for you. I'm not here to judge, provider decisions. But we in general encourage another approach, access via API proxy. So idea stays the same. Somewhere in the cloud, there is Anthropic Cloud SNet we will work with. And then on your computer, in your IDE, there is a Kilo Code agent, but it works not directly with Google servers or not directly with Anthropic servers. It works with API proxy, which can be Kilo Code or Open Router, if you are familiar with Open Router. That's so the data being all the requests passing through Kilo Code API or Open Router API. Well, like it's basically the same at the moment. You can use providers directly, it's fine. You can use your own local large language models running locally, it's fine. But in general, by default, we go via Kilocode API proxy. Why? The idea is, if you have subscription for Google, then you are locked for Google. Meanwhile, Cloud releases something significantly more powerful. That's a super fast changing field, super fast changing field. And then Cloud releases Cloud 5, which is a true breakthrough. And you want to try it, but you have subscription on Google and you are staying with Google. Is that what you want? Not really, you would like to try. With Kilocode API, with OpenRouter API, you can just switch your provider in any moment. You have access to all major providers and some like not so major providers. Then benefits of using Kilocode API or OpenRouter is pay as you go. There is no subscription fees. You pay per request. Be conscious and careful with your request. You use cheaper version and you can go with super cheap or even completely free versions. There are free options available with us. And you can use more advanced models for like really more advanced tasks, what's worth it. There are also fallback options. For example, Google is down for half a day, and then you can just switch to OpenAI or something else. So that is a benefit. Of course, as we all programmers, we understand. Working here with, like, it's slightly slower. Of course, it's slightly slower because your request goes through proxy. But take a look, still, seriously. Now with all models, especially advanced models like Opus, like Pro, they are slow. They are not fast. So these proxy bypass going through proxy will take, I don't know, 20 milliseconds. I don't know, haven't measured it. It will be, okay, 50 milliseconds. In comparison with 10 seconds by the model, you will not notice it. But technically, yes, using router, it will be slightly slower. Good. So we discussed how we are going to access the models. I will show it how to set it up in a moment. And we are going to do our first touch. So what we will do, we will look at the provider and a model we are going to work with. Rename profile because I don't like default namings. I will show you how to do it. We will ask question in ask mode. You will see soon how it works. As Kilocode provides multiple different modes. And then we review the workflow and we will see what kind of, not magic, what kind of activity happened under the hood, because we are engineers, we need to understand how it works. We are not code monkeys, we are engineers, and engineers need to understand how it works. So I'm switching to my IDE. I hope you can see it well. I can try to make it slightly bigger, but in general, that should be enough. I have Kilocode opened here, like right here, and opened. And what we want to see right now is API configuration. If you haven't set it up before, you're gonna have only default configuration. Default configuration is good for, not good for engineers. There are no defaults. There should be no defaults when you do your work really well, or at least like very few. Let's customize it a little bit. So I'm going to edit it. And here I go to first part of the settings, which is called providers. Then that's a configuration profile default, and I will rename it. It will be my main profile, and I change it this way. First, I change the name to be KC, stands for Kilocode. You can go for just your own name, but I work with different providers. So I want to clearly see what right now with this profile I'm working via Kilocode. Then I want to specify what model is going to be. I'm going to use to work with SunNet. We will get back to model selection later. We discuss it today. But for now, it's just enough. And which version of a model it will be SunNet 4. So this name stays for Kilocode API provider, Cloud SunNet 4. Then API provider will be obviously Kilocode. And then model will be SUNNet, but not 3.7. But I want to use SUNNet 4. Good. Yeah, I see Brandon gives a very good advice here. Like one of the most common questions we always encounter, like which model I should use. To me, this question is like which car I should drive. Man, how the hell I know? What kind of tasks you are up to? Are you going to carry a family of 10 people on vacation driving 2,000 kilometers? Or are you going to buy bread in a store next to your place? So it's complicated. We will talk about that a few slides later. But short answer, to really know which model to use, you need to try to do different things with different models, gather this experience over time, and then you will judge. I want this, but in this way, and I want another model for this task, and then I will use this model, but customize it with customer rules because I want to hijack its behavior a little bit and change the way it behaves. So, good. I have most important things here set. Configuration profile name will be KC SUNNet 4. API provider kilocode, and model will be Anthropic Cloud SUNNet 4. Rest of the things are less important for us right now. We will not change it for now. It's a very good project for the coding we are going to do. It's pretty costly. So we can see here what input price, output price is quite bitey. We will discuss tokens sometime later, but the idea of input price $3 per 1 million token, approximately 4 characters, and output price $15 per 1 million tokens, it's pretty bitey. If we switch down to ChatGPT, no, I want to adjust this. If we switch down to ChatGPT, latest, for example, it will be input price $5 per 1 million, so even more, expensive. But if we go to nano models and we switch, for example, where is my nano model? Oh, yeah, that's GPT-4 nano. We can see what prices are like super different. 10 cents for 1 million token of input, 40 cents of 1 million token output. And that's like 30 times cheaper. So that makes a huge difference. Problem is, with GPT-4 nano, you are not going to have this result. No way. Like, it's very different. But if you're looking to optimize your costs, you need to consider for simpler tasks, especially when it was designed by more advanced system and now you're only implementing changes, it might work better. I wouldn't though go for nano for coding. That's for sure. Good. So, but I don't want to stuck here, and I want to give you time to experiment on your own. So I'm returning to Anthropic Cloud SUNNet. Price again looks pretty dark, but well, guess what? DataStax just sponsored your education in sum of $100. So you can put a lot out of that, millions and millions and millions of tokens. If you like how it goes, set likes on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And I will get to the coding meanwhile. Good. So I've updated my provider, I save it, and I mark it as done. And I'm switching. Why it's default? I just updated it, right? Didn't I? Okay, KC, SUNNet, I guess something changed, SUNNet 4. Now, let's change it, yeah. Good, it's okay, now I have KC SUNNet 4, and I can begin working with. What we are, yeah, right, using Opus exclusively goes for a second mortgage out, yeah, absolutely, I very much have to agree with that. Well, so, in the beginning, we go with exploration. We aren't making changes yet. For now, I'm switching to ask mode. We will explain modes in few seconds. But for now, we are going to switch to ask. Ask mode, it's like most important thing. It will not try to make changes. The problem with Cloud, you maybe heard about it or maybe experienced that already. Cloud are super enthusiastic. You just blink for a moment and it will refactor half of your project. And you don't want half of your project to be refactored. You will just like change the damn color of this damn button. You don't want to refactor half of a project, but Cloud decided to go for it. So yeah, ask is a fail-safe mode which forces model to ask only to answer in the chat and not try to rewrite your project. So very good. And I want to ask first, like I'm going to this project and I see here some files. And like I know what's the TS stands for TypeScript. I know what's JSON, so JavaScript Object Notation, very well, but I have no idea what is the T6 file. And I want to clarify what's happening there. So I can ask, what is .t6 file? Yeah, as SpiffyTech said in the chat, I said hello to O3 Pro and it cost 24 cents just to answer to hello, just to like think and to suggest the task. Yeah, good. So Sunnet generates my answer for me meanwhile, and it explains to me what the TS6 is in this fail-safe ask mode. So yeah, right. You are welcome and show bills. Yeah. So we see here what TS6 file is a TypeScript JavaScript, what combines TypeScript G6 file with JavaScript XML, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to teach you what is G6 right now. Maybe you know it better than I do. But the idea is I asked and I received the answer. And now we can take a look on what happened. Yeah, there are some examples, there are some benefits, as always, Cloud being very chatty, which brings us to the idea. I've just experimented with Sunnet, with Cloud. I see it's too chatty. Then I know what working with this model, different models will behave differently. I want to ask what is .ts6? Short or briefly sounds better, briefly, and that will give me a much shorter result. yeah, as well. No, you see, not 0.16, but 0.06. So 6 cents was for this question. Out of the experiment, you can create a new profile. For example, we can create a profile here, a new one, call it KC Nano. I will use the same API provider Kilocode, but I will switch here from Sunnet to Nano. I need to scroll here up, switch to Nano, and yeah, looks good to me. So save, done. When I will start a new task, actually, it will be KC Nano, and I will ask, and what is TS6? Let's just ask what is TS6. First thing I can tell you, it will be much faster, like lightning fast in comparison with Sunnet. Nano is also significantly cheaper. So basically I see here no price at all because of how few tokens went for it. It's just basically free. But answer is definitely shorter. Now, do you want it to be that short, or like it's I'm not your mama, I'm not your dad, I don't know which model you should use. I can explain you benefits of some models, but I don't know which car you should drive because I don't know your tasks, and it's always task specific. Practice. Don't be afraid to practice and try different models with Kilocode API and with Kilocode. Right here, right now, it's very easy to experiment, and that's what we encourage you to do. Experiment. Good. So I want to switch to actually previous task. Yeah, this one. what is TSX? No, I don't want this task. I want history, and I want TSX file, this one. Good. And I want to go up and take a look on how it works and what's happened internally. We see what, like, that is our task, and we see what it begins with API request. This initial checkpoint is literally shadow Git checkpoint, what happens not in your Git repository, but in a hidden service Git repository. So when we will do changes, you will see how it works with checkpoints. For now, it's in ask mode. I don't really think it even need to do initial checkpoints. But for now, let's take a look at API request. I want to open API request, and I want to make it very wide. And I want actually to, I think I want copy paste it. You know what? Let's open it as a file. It will be much more convenient for you to see. So I will just create here a new file, request markdown, and I will paste it here, and we will see what's inside. Good. So that is an API call, or part of an API call, which went to the model. I was using SunNet version 4. So we can see here what it consists of. Notice it uses this task, notice use of this environment details. What is that? Answer is XML. Although models are very smart, well, some models are very smart, it's really by each model in the beginning of your communication, actually in the beginning of each and every API call, has literally no idea, again, no idea about what's happening in the beginning of every API call. Those models, they are stateless. Models are stateless. You work with, you ask question about how to write this code, what is TSX file, and meanwhile, someone else asks details about the biology, getting ready for his or her exam. And then, well, the same model will process it basically. Like SunNet 4, it's open, you can use it for other tasks. I was using SonNet 4 to prepare for this presentation. Now, there's use of XML is a really cool approach which helps model to understand. It makes text structured and helps model to understand. And for example, Clouda, they highly encourage usage of XML right in your queries. You can do the same in your queries and using XML in your queries to explain how it works. That's a sample. That sample, don't do it. Just take a look and do the same as in this sample. And you can then do some markdown with sample, markdown, XML. So our task, that's a user input, is what is TSX file? What else is going there? There are environment details, VS6 code visible files. That's very important. If we have here visible files this or that, then you can give less context in the task and still model will understand what if you want to edit something without specifying the file, then mostly probably we are going to work with visible file, which is open, you're looking at it, you want to change it. Kind of makes sense. Then it shows open tabs. Good. Current time, not sure if it's relevant, but okay. Current context size, we will discuss it later. 0, not available because it's the initial request. Current cost 0 because it's initial request. Current mode, ask. Current workspace directory, so files in the current directory files. What can be important for the model to understand, to know what there is a TS config JSON, so mostly probably we are working with TypeScript, for example. It already can understand it out of this context. And it's all included in the first request in the environment details part. So that's all here. There is some more here things what are not shown here right now. We will see other parts of the request very soon, but that's important to understand how the request looks like, then it goes to model. Good. Now, we just did the first request. I encourage you to go and play with the model. So I suggest for now to start to ask, and we will answer your questions. And we will proceed with this work in a minute. And I will meanwhile, yeah, as Nicolas Pellerin says, every LLM prefers XML for prompting. It really helps with doing structured requests. So that's indeed convenient for most of the queries. Now, what we are going to do here, yeah, so that's it. That ends the practice part for now. So now I'm setting timer. You have 2 minutes to play with your request. And then you are done and you want to proceed, set the thumbs up in the chat. You already know what to do. You are getting professionals of this workshop. So set the thumbs up on the YouTube chat when you are ready to go on. Then we want to move on and we want to go to the next slide. I will see then how it goes, and there is my timer. No, not 2 minutes will be fine. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Thank you, Zoran. One, two, three. Yes, I think now you can hear me. Let me see how it goes. No, sound is back. Yes, perfect. Very well. So let's proceed. Well, that was a little bit unlucky coincidence, but let's go on. Oh, I'm really sorry, people. My Mac seemed to be overheated, as I was afraid of. It's not a new one, so I guess I'll replace it with a new one sooner because I don't want to fail you at all. I apologize for that, but looks like you all had fun here. You don't need me to have fun, people. You had fun, perfect fun here in the Good. So let's move on. Yeah, that was pretty long 2 minutes. Sorry, Kevin. Good. Let me see, and we are starting in a second. Good. Let's go on. Oh, you see, the moral is don't buy a Mac. I never bought a Mac. Why would I buy a Mac out of I'm a Linux guy, but I need to work with video files, and you know, Linux totally sucks in working with video. So I was forced to use Macs for around 7 or 8 years by now, and that's a very cruel crime, which I'm like very upset with like what they did to me. That's, I think, disgusting. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. We have still a few things to do. Good. Let's go. If it will happen again, stay tuned. I will jump back. So, very important to understand how communication of an agent happens to the model. It's nothing but a chat of two software, API call, request, response. How is the request assembled? Well, part of the request you just saw, we analyzed it. And then there is a second thing, second part of the communication of the agent is system prompt. There are parts of a system prompt and mode prompt, what are important to understand. So like user input, we saw part and like a little bit more, but that story is we're gonna see a little bit more. If you open, I'm like now a little bit scared to launch things. Yes, I'm a bit scared to launch things, but if you open, I will shut down a few things and switch to it so we can get back to a question later. What happens right now is you open the mode you are working with, and there is an edit button. And there you can see a custom set of prompt, custom mode prompt rules, description of the mode. For ask, it will be different. For orchestrator, it will be different. For code, it will be different, of course. And then you see also there is a button system prompt. And that system prompt is much more, it's very important. And guys, I highly discourage you to modify system prompt. Like experiments are great, but for now you better not play with it. Very smart people, very deeply in this thing, were playing with system prompt and setting it to work the best way. There is explaining of tools and how LLM should modify the question so it can be understandable to LLM on not just how to answer, but how to format the answer the way what agent will be capable to apply this answer in a quality high enough. And then about mode selection. The idea is very often you want to do different things with your code. Sometimes you want just to ask, and sometimes you want to design something, but put the plan first. Very important to put the plan first and design solution before doing changes. If your change set's going to be small, you can do shotgun prompting and just like throw request for change right there. But it's not so smart idea. Usually you want to design it first. Maybe use orchestrator mode to make it into subtasks. But the overall idea of you choose the right mode, and then you design and plan the set of the things are going to be applied before switching to code mode. Well, you can play with code mode, but we are speaking already about like professional use. Then you might want it to be slightly different. Then finally, working on a task, you need to explain the context, like for example, read files in this folder to understand and mark this folder with this @ sign, establish understanding with the system, then send it to write the code. Now, we will do two things. You will do the change, and I will tell you what to do. There is in the file in the project we are working with description on how to launch it, how to execute it. So we will be npm run build, npm start. It's described in the README file, so launch it, please. And do a change for me. Make a change what all the tasks marked as done will be highlighted in green. But don't do it in hands. It's so easy to do it hands. I want you to make this first edit not with hands. I want you to ask system to do it. You can go directly to code because it's a minor change, but also you can go with the architect mode to ask to design it first. And if you already advanced it, then please play with orchestrator to make it happen, to make it working the way we want it to work. Meanwhile, what I will do, I will work hard to make system more stable, because there are many slides we are going to do, and I don't like what's happening with the system right now. So I will switch off my camera. I will switch off my sound. You are working on the first edit we are going to do, and see you in a few minutes.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Sound should be back. Okay. So we will try to proceed. Let me check how it goes for you. So I hope it's going to be slightly better in a moment. At least looks like slightly better. No, almost. And now. Now that should be better. Sorry, everyone. I'm getting new laptop tomorrow. That's now very clear. So, my dear colleagues, Justin, I'm scared to open Windows I don't need. Please write me in Slack if I have video and if I have sound. Good. So looks like we can go on. So people, I'm very sorry. We will do it again. I will not open VS Code right now because it will obviously kill poor old devil. So we will stay on the presentation. And that thing I really want to finish is I want to finish presentation. Now you have your $100 to experiment with killer code. So go for it today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, do it. And join on our Discord server. We will do our best to support you. Now, two things I want to do. I want to finish slides because they are a very important thing we want to show you. And second thing, which is really important, I've prepared a quiz for you to see how well you learned things we are going through today. So I want us to try to run a quiz, if my laptop will not die before that, with Menti, like we did in the beginning, but real quiz. And maybe if my dear colleagues will support the idea, we can end up with some prizes. Like, we haven't agreed on that before. I wasn't sure I will be able to prepare a quiz on time, but as I did, you might win the prizes. So let's go through the slides, and then I will release you slightly earlier so you can experiment and go on our Discord and ask questions and experiment with everything. So, one of the most common questions, model selection. Model selection, everyone says like Sonnet 4, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Gemini 2.5 Flash if you want faster. I disagree with this statement. Take a look. There is nothing wrong with using Sonnet 4. There is nothing wrong with using Gemini Pro. I want you to be engineers. I want you to be engineers understanding what they're doing. And to that, you need to do experiments. You need to use and try out different models. When with Kilo API providers and with Vibe Engineering Thursdays we do, it's just a perfect scenario for you to try to play and use Sonnet 4 and Gemini 2.5 Pro and maybe ChatGPT 4.1 and maybe something else and maybe something else, whatever is opened for you on the Kilo code. And there are a list of dozens, maybe hundreds of options, right? So don't be afraid to use it. You always can fall back. You always can fall back. You always can git reset hard. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, please. And talk to us on our Discord server. Still, to choose model properly, we need to understand 4 things. First, capabilities. Basically, if it's more smart or more cheap. Capabilities means how smart we consider this model. In general, we suggest like to make a quick run just to open leaderboard on OpenRouter and see what's currently trending in programming. Never hurts. Then performance. Some models are fast. Some models are not so fast, but much smarter, wiser. So what we want them then to do is to consider if you need this performance, if you need this wiseness, and then use it in different modes differently. You saw me asking the same question, Sonnet and GPT 4.1 Nano. It was huge difference. It was like 10 seconds difference. And 16 cents question difference on one teeny tiny question. Then imagine you're going to ask a dozen of questions, to dozens, like hundreds of questions. That's, of course, very important. So for different tasks, set different profiles and use different models. There is a wonderful button, enhance prompt. And for this enhance prompt, in one of my videos on this channel, you will find them. I explain how to set up ChatGPT 4.1 Nano to get a response 2 times faster, few times faster, while saving 30 times more money on that enhanced prompt feature. That's a big difference. Now, very important to understand context window size. For context window size, I have a separate slide coming in a couple of moments. So I will explain it. And then price, well, price, of course, as it pay as you go, not subscription. And important to consider also price. And maybe for many tasks, will make sense to stand of a model on the previous generation. If it works well, good enough for you, it definitely will be cheaper. But again, I don't know which car you should drive. So let's move on. Let's take a look. First, so capability, how smart is the model? Performance, how fast is the model? What's the window size and the price per token? With price per token, there are 2 types of price, input and output. Input means what you send to the model. Output means what you receive from the model. And token is something like 4 characters. That's very interesting to know what politeness, something what we consider very good human feature, like very good human feature, quality. Being polite sounds right, but then using too much of please and welcome and thank you in the communication with the model, which is not human, It burns tokens, it burns money, it burns servers running, and then we are running out of energy, and like then it's not green, that's not ecological. We need to consume more electricity for this politeness. So politeness is nice, but it burns tokens, burns money, and not green, not ecological. Fun. That's a little bit ironical, right? How in 21st century politeness became an abstraction, not something we want to do so. Good. So most expensive thing is output tokens. So the more output cloud generates for you, more it will take money from you. So maybe for most of the tasks, you should ask, there is a add in your query, like be brief, be short, like don't give me too much information, and save you twice or few times on the output token. Those are most expensive. They can be go like up to $15 per 1 million token. That's a lot. Then input token significantly cheaper. With Cloud Sunnet, it's $3 per 1 million tokens. Input tokens are what overall input you send to it, but that's important to understand. It's not just what you type in the prompt window. No, we analyze it request. Actually, we analyze it only part of the request, and there are environment variables, opened files, files in this folder, some more detail, and then we begin to work with files. I encourage you to open those API calls, explore it, and see what there can be really a lot of data sent there. So the input token also can be very big, especially as you work on the big projects. Now, why do we want still input to be big? Because LLMs are stateless. On each and every request, they begin completely from scratch. So each next query to the LLM will include also information from previous queries, otherwise it won't be able to keep up with the conversation. And thus, the context we send to it grows very, very quickly, and then more and more tokens are burned, and then more and more expensive it becomes. But there is a problem even bigger than the price. Yes, more tokens you burn, more higher is price. That's correct. But there is a thing even worse, and you can ask me like, Alex, what can be worse than burning my money? Context window. Context window can be very tricky to handle and still very important to understand. Context window is an AI working memory, and context window has very limited size. It's 200,000 tokens for modern cloud models and around 1 million tokens for modern Google Gemini models. And still 1 million seems to be a lot. No, it's not. What is a context window is an active memory, and there is a capital challenge with that. It cannot be too big because LLM needs to analyze everything what's happening there. And there are in very, very, very many combinations. So complexity of this task grows not maybe exponentially, but it grows very quickly. I actually don't remember. Maybe one of my friends and colleagues in the chat will tell in the chat on how exactly the complexity grows there. But the point is, context window is a fundamental problem at the moment, context window size. So context window is basically RAM memory of the LLM. Total text AI can see at once. And it must fit everything, instructions, file, all the previous communications as a part of the current task, code, uploads, pictures you add to explain to the code what's happening, everything. And big context window quickly becomes expensive, but the real problem is models begin to hallucinate, then it gets over 50%. So it begin to work very slow, it begin to forget your instruction, it stop understanding what's going there, and begin to offer you use, I don't know, NPM in a Python project, and all the other things. There are all these kind of things. You don't want it. Now, how do we handle it? Don't keep an eye on the context window. It's always pictured on the top of the task. I cannot show it to you right now, or the translation will be over, and we don't want it. So, but you see it on top of the kilocode current context window. It's related to the model you are using. So you will see for Google models, context window will be 1 million, and for cloud it will be 200, and for some hours will be some hours. So you don't want to stay in the same task for too long. After some point, you want to begin a new task. And from one point of view, we need to give the model enough context, otherwise it will not produce an effective solution. From another point of view, of course, giving too much also can be like complex. So yeah, we need to keep context window under control. Now, what do we do when we get too much, when we go over 50, 60%, and you see what models begin to hallucinate, behave weirdly? You will run into that inevitably. So, first, approach was used for a long time in AI-assisted coding. Now it's being automated with orchestrator mode. And by the way, our very own Brandon, he has absolutely awesome video. Absolutely awesome video on working with orchestrator mode. Thank you, Brandon, so much. That orchestrator mode basically keeps designing in one context, in one context window, in one task, and then create separate subtasks with their own context windows, giving their context only viable for this particular task. So if this task will need only to update this package.json file, it doesn't need to know all the details about all the implementation. It needs to know update package.json, add this, and these dependencies. That's it. So it can be very simple. It can be much faster, and it will be executed as a separate subtask down there. So saves a lot of time, saves a context window. Then this task is done, orchestrator mode will proceed in the previous task, which is about designing, but it will not be overcharged with the details of implementation, therefore. There is experimental task condensation, where plugin begins to condense, summarize automatically. It's an experimental feature, and I've heard different feedback on that, as positive and negative too, frankly. So we will keep working on making it better. There is incredible work done by the community, by people from RuCode, by people from KiloCode to make it all working. So I expect this context window problem bothers many people, so there are a lot of work in this direction. You can use new task command. Don't be afraid to experiment and just type it on your chat, new task, to summarize and start fresh between phases. On my experience, Cloud was pretty resistant to use new task. So I had to force it like, use new task, use it for real. No, like, don't try to do it here, switch to a new task, summarize and move to a new task. It was somehow like trying to avoid doing this. I have no idea why. But you will see soon yourself trying to play with this. Yeah, an idea of designing, if you don't want to go for orchestrator, but you want to do it on your own, go with designing in Architect and creating an implementation design document in Markdown, for example. And then when this task is done, start a new task with zero context and empty, and tell her like, that's what we are going to do, that's this doc, now follow it. So that will be more efficient. Yeah. So there are things to learn. And memory bank, for memory bank, definitely does not fit into 101 course, but we have a video on memory bank. We have very nice documentation on memory bank. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, and I highly encourage you to try. We will do more exercises with memory bank in the upcoming sessions, as soon as I get new laptop, let's say. Good. Practice time, yes, but you will do it actually after workshop, because you already practiced it enough without me. I want to see what else we have before switching to quiz. Yeah, actually, that's last slide on custom rules, custom instructions. Things you will find very convenient, and again, I highly encourage you to work with, is so-called custom rules. Custom rules are files. You can create .kilocode/rules folder and put a file there and explain there in XML, in Markdown, whatever you prefer, on how the models should adjust their behavior. For example, if you have a front-end project and you've been using NPM and now you are migrating to Yarn, for example, or something else, or other way around, I don't care. And then models begin to behave and they're trying to do in NPM what you would like to do with Yarn, or trying to do it like other way around, trying to do something else, trying to open files you don't want to open. Then you can just create a file in .kilocode/rules folder and tell her, like on this example, you see files in the list contain sensitive data, they must not be read. Give the list of the files. Model will ignore these files, will not read them. Or you can add some more information on do this, not that. Prefer this over that. It's like super open at custom rules. It's what all the models will consider when following your requests. I've mentioned custom rules before. Yeah, what overall prompt consists of? It consists of system prompt, mode prompt, custom rules, and user input. So custom rules, there's a very important part which is included into each and every request. And they have a great feature, as those are basically just files. You can keep them under Git and keep them as a company standard. So for example, you are following these code style standard and you want everyone in the team to follow that, then you put this rule there, and that explains which standard we need to use. And it will work this way, not another way, and all models will receive this information. Consider maybe not making it too big, again, as it affects overall prompt, so token consumption, but like you will find the right balance over time, and whatever works for you, whatever works with different models. I wrote, I believe, a very nice custom rules blog post. Again, subscribe to our blog. We publish very valuable information on a regular basis. So summarizing this workshop in 4 lines: use good models. What are good? That's for you to decide. Plan, then code. Manage context window size, and set rules. So now I will try to switch to quiz, and you will join me, and please answer. Now quiz will be on time. Yeah, I want to move my picture so you can see the QR code. So join the quiz. Now it will be quiz. I will be asking questions. Now there will be right and wrong answers, and faster you answer, more points you get, so higher you on the leaderboard. So I will set on waiting room for a moment, switch on main team, and we will begin. Stay tuned, jump on Quenty, I'm getting to you in a moment. And now. So please set the thumbs up so I can see what you are in. And I can't see YouTube chat, but I hope my colleagues will say me a word on Menti, on Slack. Slack. Oh, I see a lot of thumbs up. That's nice. Menti code is right on the screen. It's right on top. So give me a second. Oops, wrong button. Sorry. Yeah. So quiz still logging in. So, okay. As it's a quiz, maybe even with a prizes, I want to give you time to jump in. So code is right on top, menti.com code 49089497. I see 55 thumbs up. That's nice. No. Give me more. Like, I know there are more people right there, so I want to see more. We are not launching until we will not have more people. We don't want to wait forever. Yeah, Brandon, thank you so much for adding docs links. We are talking about this. Good. So let's go. Are we good? Hey, people. I switched off everything I could have switched. So including YouTube comments. So I don't see your comments. And I'm asking my guys. No sound. Okay. 1, 2, 3. No, there should be sound. Good. So I will go for it. Quiz time, everyone. So let's play a game. I want to play a game with you. And that's going to be question number 5. Question number 1 out of 5 questions. I have 5 questions to you. Remember, faster you answer, more points you get. But there is a tricky point. If you give a wrong answer, you get no points. So let's go. Answer fast to get more points. Comparing Killer code to an AI model like Claude. What can Killer do what Claude cannot? Generate code based on the user input. Directly edit files and execute console commands. Judge your variable name and passively aggressively refactor it at 3 a.m. And most of you made it. Killer code cannot generate code based on the user input. Killer code is an agent. It forms your query and some more rules into the API request, send it to model, then receives the answer, then applies this answer, and if there are some requests to change the files, it will change the files. But by itself, Killer code generates no code, absolutely. Model does. So Killer code, edit files, model cannot edit the files. And those people who've chosen judge your variable name and passively aggressively refactor it, yeah, you can set it up with custom rules. That actually sounds very interesting. I definitely should set my custom rules to force the model to be passive aggressive. That sounds like a very good idea. Good. So let me see the leaderboard. Kalkenstein, first place, 884 points. Zara, 871 points. That's like 1 microsecond difference on time. Mnemos, 854 points. And then there are more and more and more and more people getting very close to those three. But Kalkenstein was fastest this time, so leader on top of the leaderboard. Just to notice, Killer Code employees can participate but cannot get prizes, right? I actually don't know if they're doing prizes next this time. Next time we will, I promise you, I will come up with something. But for now, that's it. Now, let's move. And that's going to be question number 2. I see 113 players ready. That's a real crowd. So let the battle commence. And answer fast to get more points. Killer Code agent can only work with Killer Code API provider, Killer Code on open router, any major provider directly, or via proxy. Killer Code needs no API, it's perfect and self-sufficient. And 2 seconds, 1 second, 0. Right, Killer Code agent can only work with any major provider directly or via proxy. So Killer Code API, but also you can work directly with any major provider on the bring your own key. You need to have this key, of course. If you don't, you can work with Killer Code API. So let me see if our leaders made it as well this time. Let me see. How was the Kalkenstein, Zara, Mnemos? Oh, fast. Good job. Kalkenstein is the fastest again. How is that? Like, good job. Arvind gets to the 2nd place now, and Zara falls on the 5th. But it was only the 2nd question, and we see like competition is very high. Competition is super high here. Like, notice 2nd place to the 3rd place, 2 points difference. That's nothing, people. That's like super. That's just 1 microsecond. So, want me to launch a next question, Elias? Sure you want. 112 players, 113 players. Good, 14 players. Someone joined it a little bit too late, but still fine to me. So, answer fast to get more points. Why is it important to control context window size? It's not that important. Smaller context always produce better code. Larger context means higher costs and slower or worse responses. AI gets claustrophobic and panics in small context windows. Correct. Context window is important. And not smaller context does not always produce better code. That's wrong. With no context, AI will have no idea of what do you want from it. Do you want it to sing? Do you want it to make a picture or write a code? Maybe. You need to clarify it. You need to give enough context, otherwise any work is not possible. Good. And then larger context means higher cost and slower, worse responses, and usually means hallucinations. And well, with 3 people answering AI gets claustrophobic, yeah, like poor tiny AI gets so scared in small context windows. I'm with you, people. Good. So, who was fastest this time? I see Kalkenstein was slow this time. Arvind was fast. That brings Arvind from the 2nd to the 1st place. And notice how Mnemos is fighting to get higher. Mnemos now is on the 2nd place, doing no mistakes, fighting his way up to the top. And there is a Chetan, which I haven't seen before, so doing better and better. Congrats, Kalkenstein is on the 9th place. How do you think, will he make it back to top 3? We will see. That brings us to question number 4. And you have to answer fast to get more points. Which killer mode would you use to implement the actual code after playing with architect mode? Debug mode, ask mode, code mode, panic mode, there you copy-paste from Stack Overflow. And just a few seconds left. Just few seconds left. Code mode, that's the right answer. Use modes to your benefit, and moreover, create your own modes, what you need for your own project. For example, Brandon created for himself a very good mode for documentation writing, which explains to Kilo, which explains to model what it's going to focus on writing documentation, and then it will not touch anything but markdown files, so it's fail-safe, will touch only markdown files, and we'll be writing a good documentation as is dedicated for that and explain it to a model. So it's cool to understand modes, and it's cool to create your own modes. What's on the leaderboard? Arvind seems to be slow this time, slower than Mnemos, but and Mnemos made it. Mnemos made it to the top one with overtaking Arvind, with having just like what? Oh, slightly over 11 points, with 11 points on top. Keep fighting, it's not done. Competition is very, very strict, especially on the top 3. And we congratulate Spiffitech for being the fastest on these quiz. Well then, with that, I guess you can't wait me to launch the last question. Very well. So where is your last question? Breathe in. Breathe out. Warm up your fingers. There is going to be a fight. That's the last question, which decides the final result on the leaderboard. So answer fast to get more points. When should you choose a more expensive, powerful model over a cheaper one? Always, because expensive means better. For complex architectural decisions or tasks requiring deep reasoning, oh, never. Nano models are always fine. Or when you want to impress your manager with how much money you can spend. Okay, that was too simple for you. Next time I will prepare a really tricky question. But from another point of view, you know, it's introduction workshop 101, 101, so it kind of should be friendly, right? So yes, consider different models and learn to use them. There is no good car or wrong car. It all depends on where you're going, how much do you carry. So you need to learn to be engineer. Vibe coding might be a bullshit, but vibe engineering, when you understand what to do, when there is no black magic, but you learn how to use and use consciously with knowledge, that's what engineers does. And that's what we will help you to learn. So, final leaderboard. Who was the fastest, and will Mnemos make it to keep the first place this time? Bart was fastest, which brought him to 5th place, with Fluffy on the 4th and Cheetah on the 3rd, Arvind on the 2nd, and Nemos made it, fight it through to the top of the list, and made the very, 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 very first place. Thank you so much. I guess that was it. If you have any feedback for us, and if you would be ready to recommend this event to this friend, then of course vote for it. Thank you so much for joining. I sincerely apologize. This poor old guy will be decommissioned immediately. On the test run, it did much better. I guess it's just very shy and scared of the amount of attendees this time. We didn't expect this time this much. Thank you so much for the warm feedback. Thank you so much for the positive score here. We will definitely do some more things like that in the future. So stay tuned. Winners, please DM us on Discord and join us next time. Ask questions. Thank you for being killer coders. And with this wonderful feedback, I will open the question: what you like the most? What should we talk about next time? So we know how to make it better, which topics you want us to cover next time, and then me and the team, we will prepare more credits. Oh my God. Come on, have some misery. We're already giving enough. I think so, but yeah, we will see. So quiz winners, please contact us on Discord in DM, me or Brandon. And I will keep this Menti window open for some time, so you can keep adding more suggestions. And who said that? Who said better quiz? I mean, like, what do you mean better quiz? It was perfect quiz. I spent so much time preparing that for. What do you mean better quiz? No, there is this. That was first and last quiz. There will be no more quizzes. It's just perfect. You cannot overdo it. We will do more. No more quiz anymore. No, of course we will do. Thank you. And of course, we will see more. Choose another time. Yes, we will do it in different time zones. Better internet stability. Internet stability was perfect, but I saw in the chat, we already ordering new machine for me. So within few days, it should be replaced. And we definitely will do it more without those overheating next time. Yeah, will do. Already happening. Duck, voting in progress. Made duck. I don't know what's happening right now. Good. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Better quiz. Quiz cannot be better. Credits we are giving 100 each week. Like, have some mercy. Memory bank we will discuss. There is a blog post from me and there is a video from Brandon. So do it. Learn it, it's important, but we will do more sessions on the memory bank. I will actually show you setting up and adjusting memory bank as I will work with my own open source project. Because it's not enough to just initialize memory bank, you need to keep it under control, adjust it. It's like a little bit of craft, a little bit of art. So yes, we will do content on the memory bank. And you can join, you can try to do it on your own. MCPs, yes, we will talk about MCPs, of course, and thank you so much for your warm feedback. Prompt tips will do, of course. Show killer code work with a llama free models. Yeah. So that's at the moment, it's a sophisticated story. That's there are some problems with llama and other local models. Some people, many people report actually not so positive experience with them. So we will see on how it goes, and as soon as it will be workable, we will do more content with Llama. Regarding cheap and free models, we definitely will do more and more, because like that's a very common request. Like, come on, $15 for 1 million output tokens. That's insane. I really hope it will get better soon. One thing I wanted to tell you, actually, I wanted to send you a link. I wanted to send you one link. I will be really glad if you join me on LinkedIn. I will be also posting a lot of content regarding our projects. And regarding my open source work, using together with Kilocode, architecting. So jump in on my LinkedIn. Always glad to make new friends. Then architecting, yes. Prompt engineering, yes. That was Darko. Darko, that was you. Yes, prompt engineering. We will be talking a lot about. Prompt is everything. Prompt is very important. That's why even on 101 introduction level workshop, I still was talking on how prompt is built inside, because prompt understanding is essential for coding. Do a good prompt, choose a good model, and you will be good, right? Good. Actually, good quiz. Thank you so much. More credits. Well, come again next week, right? Keep sponsoring. We do. And moreover, I hope we will have something to announce more about open source support. We will discuss it internally. So it's a sneak peek preview. We are thinking on work more in the direction of sponsoring open source projects, but no promises yet. We're considering different options. You will see. Thank you so much. You're bringing me to next step. With great pleasure, dear sir or madam or whoever, whatever you are, AI model. Really glad you liked it. Memory bank, yes. Vibe engineering, yeah, that's very vibe. That's very open topic. Well, people, it looks like you gave me 247 suggestions or feedbacks. Oh, you liked all. Thank you. That's maybe a pause instead of 2 whole hours. Yeah, that was kind of the plan, but yeah, we will see. 1,000 credits, please. Well, it's just 10 weeks for now, right? So, like, we already dispatched a lot of free credits, people. And don't get me wrong, they don't come to us for free. We're still covering expenses on Cloud, on Google, and so on and so forth. Oops, wrong button. Yeah. All happy vibes. MCPs, yes, we will be doing MCPs. Maybe not me, maybe others, but we definitely will be doing those things. Killer code versus Cloud code. I have no experience with Cloud code. We will take a look. I see this question is coming up again and again. Maybe my colleagues will record a video on that. Maybe we will not do it live, but maybe we will do. To Alexei Grigoriev, please reach me out on Discord. I will be happy to answer. Так. Orchestra feature with killer code and how to optimize it. Orchestrator feature, yes. It's a big thing. We definitely will be doing a lot with Orchestrator. You will see me now all the time on this YouTube channel, guys. I love it. You are such a great audience. Don't forget to subscribe. If you didn't yet, like, subscribe. Like, that's essential. Otherwise, what are you doing here at all? No, kidding, of course, but I hope you did like it. Better MCP installer. Oh, you reached my heart. You just reached my heart. Better MCP installer. Yeah, MCP installation is a pain, and then after installation, it doesn't really work, right? So yeah, there are definitely huge improvements needs to be done in MCP. For the record, it's not purely killer problem. It like at the moment, MCP is a very raw technology. So there is a huge space for improvement, like in general for MCP. Very many years ago, few decades ago, I worked in a computer store when first Bluetooth devices happened to be, just like the first introduction of a Bluetooth happened to be. People, that was damn nightmare. That was damn nightmare. First version of Bluetooth was so laggy, it was just basically unusable. No, seriously, if you haven't used early Bluetooth versions, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's like truly painful. It was just awful. And now look at Bluetooth, like works seamlessly, very high audio quality, works with multiple devices. That's really nice. Good. Unlimited credits. Well, that would be nice, man. Memory bank, yes. Advertise what you need a YouTube account and that you need to be a follower of your channel to be able to comment. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I haven't noticed that in advance. Indeed, to comment, you need to be subscribed to our YouTube channel, which for some people or in some countries can be really tricky. I will talk to the colleagues and maybe we will remove this paywall. Well, it's not a paywall, you don't pay for it, but still. So anyone can comment, but the problem is as soon we do it, we will immediately get some spam on YouTube translations, and I don't want it, and you don't want it actually. So we will see, but I'm sorry for the bad experience. We will consider removing this role. Again, wrong button. Credits, old Mac unlimited credits as a recipe for design. Just yeah, I have old Mac and I have unlimited credits. And here we go. Thank you so much for your patience. Time was very good. Learned some more. Thank you. Not false quiz questions like Cloud can't code. No, sorry. Cloud can't modify your files. Cloud You give the request, you receive the response. It's not a false quiz question, I insist. Only thing Cloud is able to do is to return an answer to the request, and that's nothing but a plain text. Cloud has no access to your files, and you don't want Cloud to have access to your files. Access to your files is done by Kilocode, not by Cloud. Cloud is far away on a server far, far away. Cloud cannot code. Cloud can answer with code pieces, but those code pieces go to your software via Kila, not directly. Thank you so much. Yeah, debugging was planned. Debugging was planned. I had to skip it, otherwise we would run out of time. And actually, speaking about the time, we are Cloud Code is another software. Yeah, if we speak about Cloud Code, then that's another project. Yeah, I'm speaking specifically about Cloud models, of course. Credits, content, Python. Yeah, Python definitely very high on the list. In my life as software engineer, I worked overall, I guess, around 15 different languages. And I love Python, but last time I was with Python quite some time ago. But from another point of view, with the assistance of our awesome Kilocode team, and with assistance of Google and Cloud and OpenAI, I feel so powerful. So yeah, Python is coming. Prizes. Well, I believe we will talk about that with Brandon and people. And yeah, oh, congrats! Yeah, and winners will get some credits. Memory bank. Okay. That's a lot. Okay, people. I like the speaker, good speaking voice. Next time, just explore more topics in depth. Yes, that was 101, and there will be more. Much more is coming. So there are great things ahead, great things. And thank you for joining us. I will keep this window open. If you come again next time, if you will remember something right where we will return to this tomorrow. For today, my workday is done. So I will return to this tomorrow, systematize it. Cloud summarize it for me. And we will see what we do next, but we have incredible amount of the very good ideas. So jump into Discord, sign up on YouTube and sign to this channel, and we will be doing more awesome things. And with that, my dear friends, I would like to say goodbye to you. We are over time. For some of you, working day just began. And for some of you, it's already getting deeper into the night. I'm pretty sure I saw some people from India, for example. It should be like already over 9 there, or even worse. So thank you for staying with us. And then stay tuned. We will very soon announce some more things. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being Kilocoder.